And we're back. Oh yeah, we're back in the studio, and we're here to show you. We're here to show you what we're talking about when we talk about this new workstation gaming console that we found. Oh man, I'm telling you. Now this thing, if you are a gamer, right? As a matter of fact, even if you're not a gamer, if you're someone who just loves technology and you like to feel like you're on the cutting edge of technology, this right here. Now, don't get me wrong. This thing gonna cost you a pretty penny, but just the look of it. If you had this thing in your house, in your basement, your friends came over, they're gonna think that you are some kind of a CIA techno bigwig right there. I mean, this thing, the Emperor 200. Now, this was a console that came out back in 2012. This came out back in 2012, I think January 2012. And so you're saying, well, why are you showing me that? Because they came up with an update to it. So I have to show you the original that came out in 2012. I mean, this thing just looks sweet. I mean, if you remember, and many of you may remember the Emperor 1510 is what they called it. The Emperor 1510 gaming station that they featured back in 2009 even. They had a gaming station, and then they came up with the Imperia 200. Now that was available for purchase for what it looks like. That old one, the Imperia 1510 gaming station back in 2009. You can get that baby for around $6,500 now. Now you're saying, well, why would I want to buy something for $6,500? Now let me show you this thing. Now the update they came up to in 2012. Right? And then we're going to show you the update today's version. So don't think we're just showing you something that happened years ago and you don't have it now, so who cares? No. The one that came out, the Emperor 1510 gaming station back in 2009, that thing really turned heads. Now they came, well not now, but back in 2012 in January, they came up with the Emperor 200, and this thing was the company's flagship gaming station is what they call it, the Emperor 200, and it was priced. You ready for this? It was priced at a whopping $45,000. Now you're saying, well, you know, I mean, that doesn't make any sense. But the Emperor 200 gaming station, it came with 3 screens in a similar style, you know, to the 1510. It came with 3 screens, each 24 inch. So 3 24-inch screens, and it support multi-touch, and it was motorized, making it easier for you to adjust the screens to the perfect position to provide maximum comfort. The consoles had leather chairs that were also motorized, and features LED lighting and THX surround sound system all together in this hub. Now, together with an air filtration system designed for anyone that enjoys, or anyone that wants to smoke or anything like that while they're doing it. It also came with an air filtration system to help filter out the smoke as you do that type of thing. I don't know why anyone would want to smoke while using this thing to get this thing smelling smoky, but they even put that into this baby. And each one of these systems are hand built. Each one is hand built to your exact specification. So it's not no mass produced situation and you have to fit into it. No, they take your measurements, they take your design features, your height, where you sit and so forth, and they make it to fit you. I mean, when this thing was being shown off, they didn't even let anyone use this thing without supervision, because they felt that if you didn't know what you were doing, you could hurt yourself. That's how advanced this thing was. And the unfortunately, a PC is an option, is an extra cost if you want to if you want to get it built with a PC into it. That's what I meant to say. If you want to get it with a PC into it, that's going to cost you extra, you know. But you can use it with your Xbox 360. You can use it with your PS3. You know, you can hook all of those things into it easy. You know, if you wanted like a computer built in, then it was going to be an optional extra. But to hook up your Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3, you will just be able to hook this thing up easy. Now let me go ahead and show you some pictures of the Emperor 200, and then we're gonna get on to the real deal. I mean, what the next version of this thing is. So let me go ahead and show you the Emperor 200 right here, because this thing is just sweet. If you're into tech, if you love technology, you know, even if you're not necessarily into computers, but if you love technology, when you see this thing, you just, I mean, this is the ultimate. You're talking about gaming system. I know some people, you got your house, you know, 55-inch TVs, and, you know, you have surround sound everywhere, because I got surround sound in my gaming system. You know, I got a nice size screen TV and stuff like that. But when I saw this, can you imagine, sorry, playing your games in this baby? All right, check it out. Oh, yeah. Check this out right now. You ain't seen nothing yet. You're like, man, what are you talking about? I don't see anything. Okay, here is the Emperor 200. This one back in 2000, January 2000, cost $45,000. Just check that out. Now that is just, I don't even know what to say. You would sit right here in the cockpit, you know, and the screen would be at this level. Now this Scorpion type arm comes down, as you see right here. It extends, motorized. It extends and it comes right down to fit right in front of you where you're sitting comfortably. And that's why each one of these things is not hand built, well, hand built, but it's specifically built for the user. So you sit in there and the screen comes right down and fits exactly right in front of you. That's why it has to be built to suit, you see. So this is it from different angles. So you would be sitting right here. You know, I mean, the seats move also to adjust. You get that vibration, that feeling when you're playing those games. This is how you would look from the front view. I mean, this thing just is sweet. This is sick right here. You could have picked this up back then for about $45,000 if you have that kind of coin to spend. Now, you know, that was 2012's model. You know, and you're saying, well, you know, I can't afford that, so why do I care about that? Well, I just wanted to show you the model before. That's all I wanted to show you. Now we're talking of the Novel Quest Emperor, the original workstation that they have right now, that you can pick up for the mere price of what is it, $6,000? That's the mere price. If you want to pick this thing up, here's the one that you can pick up for, well, what they consider cheap. Now, I'm not saying this thing is cheap, because, you know, obviously $6,000 ain't, you know, still a lot of money. But here's what you can pick up if you want to have one of these things in your home, something like it at least. Here's the one. Here's the version that you're able to. Let's see if we can get this thing going here. Here's the version that you're able to. Oh yeah, here it is. Here is the version you're able to pick up for just a mere, now this is what they're saying, is a mere $6,500 now, and now you can pick it up anywhere from $4,595 to $6,500. Now let me show you this baby. It's similar. This thing is similar to what you just saw right there, but you know, different color. So we're gonna show you right now. Let's go ahead and bring this thing up. This is the version that you can get for $6,500 if you have that type of change to spare. Between $495 and $6,000. So, you know, not that much of a difference. But here's what you can get right here. I'm showing it to you right now. There we go. There we go. Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Now this is again the same sort of thing that you just saw, just black. You know, the screens. I think they're the same. I think they're the same 24-inch style, but it doesn't have all of the features of the new of that other $45,000 version. But this thing still looks sweet. It's still built to suit you. Still built to suit you. So if you have an extra $5,000, $6,000 laying around, $7,000, between $4,000 and $7,000, well, $5,000 and $7,000 basically, because $4,950 to $6,500, you know, with tax and so forth. So between $5,000 and $7,000, you got that laying around, and you want the ultimate gaming and viewing machine in your home, because you can watch DVDs on this thing. I mean, this thing is Blu-ray. You could hook that stuff up to it. And if you want that ultimate, if you got a man cave and you want that ultimate electronic, that thing in there, this right here, the Emperor gaming station, or they call it workstation, you know, because you can do some work from here, you know. I mean, they're adapters you can get to hook your PC up to it and stuff like that, different conversion cables, so that wouldn't necessarily be a problem. If you want them to build it in for you, then that's going to be an extra charge. But you can hook with various conversion cables, you can hook up a PC to this and do some work and just look like you are a commander and chief. So I just thought that was just, I mean, that's just cool right there. I mean, just give you one more look at that thing. That's just cool right there. If you have the cash, that right there could be yours. You know, the Emperor 200 workstation or gaming console. Emperor, and in this case the 1510 workstation or gaming console, Novel Quest. Just head over to their site if you want more information on that, price and so forth. If you want that, head right over, man. Now our next story we're going to talk right about is that Google Voice is arriving in the iOS devices. Now, Apple, they do have Google Now. They're using Google Now in their iOS store, but the functions have been severely limited. You know, and Google Chrome, the voice search, Google Chrome voice search, Google Now to battle Siri in Apple's iOS devices. Google has released their voice service. Now this is something we were talking about yesterday, that Google had released this thing for Windows and Linux operating systems, and now they have this thing coming out for the Mac. Now this is it's like Google Now, but it's on the web browser, on the Chrome web browser. They have updated, like we said yesterday, that updated Chrome browser to where you download it, and it comes with a microphone right at the right in there. It comes with a microphone right at the bottom of the browser, where I think in the left hand corner, you click that and you could now talk to the browser using the microphone that's built into your PC, or a specialized microphone and stuff like that. So if and they integrate that so that you can search better. You can search up websites. You can search up any kind of website or directions. You ask it questions. Where's the best restaurants in Fort Lauderdale? Where's the best restaurants in Paris? Wherever you are, you can ask it questions like that, and it will automatically find it, rather than you typing in where the best restaurants are and stuff like that. Google, the new version of Google Chrome comes with this Google Now feature that will allow you to now talk to the browser. Talk to the browser, and I'm saying this is yet another good thing by Google. Google is just, to me, I mean, they're really